Hey, this is Alex from Origin, and I'm back to talk to you about another topic important in guiding businesses, which is customer communication and how to improve that. In the last video, we talked about the customer journey in the booking process and how a lot of guiding services have a very manual process, lots of calling back and forth, lots of emailing back and forth with clients, with your guides, with your team members. That could be getting in the way of your business growing and moving forward. It might seem with all of the interactions you have with your customers that you're offering them a more personalized, a more customized experience. But what you're doing is you're taking up their time and you're taking up your own time with things that could be handled by a simple question of a checkout page on your website versus having to go and collect new pieces of information every time you need something new. We'll be talking about some ways to improve your customer communication and make sure it doesn't bog down the rest of your process. The first thing we'll talk about today is what your customers expect from you once they book a trip. So if you use Origin or if you use another booking platform that isn't Origin, but you probably should be using Origin, your communication is taken care of. We send out emails and texts after they book. We send out reminders to your customers with waivers, with packing lists, and all of that that's customizable. And you can even customize post-trip emails to get reviews and even get tips for your guides. So while the communication with your customer right after they book a trip is super important, it's equally as important to communicate with those customers after their trip is already done. You can think about this as email marketing, newsletters, anything that you can do to engage with your previous customers. We've talked to hundreds of guiding businesses who all sort of say the same thing. They keep a spreadsheet of all their clients, all their emails, all their notes, all of that. They don't have it anywhere else other than a spreadsheet. This means that you're going to have to export that information from wherever you're getting it and then import it into a tool that allows you to send out these marketing emails. We've talked with hundreds of guiding businesses who never communicate with their customers ever again after they've booked something, unless that customer comes back on their own and books something again. If you have hundreds, if not thousands of email addresses, you're sitting on a potential gold mine. You need to figure out a way to send emails to those customers, figure out ways to get them to come back to you and book with you again. Getting a repeat customer is a lot cheaper than getting a brand new customer. When we've talked with those businesses, we realized that a lot of them have not been sending out these emails and have not been following up with their customers because they've had no way to do that. A lot of those emails are sitting in huge spreadsheets, thousands of rows, lots of different information on them, and they have no way to easily digest and comprehend what's on those spreadsheets. Obviously, you're super busy as a business owner. You don't have time to constantly export and import contact lists. You don't have time to manually go through, see what clients booked what trip and what trip you're going to try and send them an email about next. Now, if you were using a booking platform like Origin, we can actually send over all of your contact to an email marketing platform like MailChimp. We have a direct integration with them. And what we'll do is every new customer you get, we'll send that over to MailChimp. And we'll actually give them a tag of what trip they booked. So in MailChimp, you can go in and make what's called a segment. A segment is a bunch of different contacts that all share the same type of attribute. So in this case, if they book an Abby 1 course, you can create a segment that is all of your customers in MailChimp who have the Abby 1 course tag. And you can send them an email for the Abby 2 course or the backcountry ski course now that they're Avalanche certified. You can have all these different ways to sort, different ways to display this information, and that'll just help you have hyper-targeted and personalized communications with your previous customers. And of course, it's not just the people who book with you that you're getting emails from. You should be collecting emails from everyone that joins the trip. And now we know on average that most people don't just book for themselves. They book for themselves and their partner, themselves and their friends. These are more people that you can get emails from, but how do you do that? So with Origin, you can actually use our waiver system that will capture those emails, capture all of that customer info, and it'll sync that with MailChimp too. Tag them with the trips they booked. So now you have a multiplier. You have that one person who booked with you and paid you. And now you have their entire group, you have their friends, you have all their information, and you can start to sell directly to them instead of always having to go back to the person who booked with you in the first place. If you don't use Origin, you can try and see if your booking platform allows you to build custom integrations with different marketing platforms. So with Origin, of course, because I'm going to plug us, we have an integration with Zapier. Zapier allows you to build integrations between any different types of apps in that ecosystem. So you can go and build one app and connect it to HubSpot, MailChimp, Civi CRM, the sky's the limit. Now that you have a good starting point on re-engaging with your past customers, we'll start to focus on a couple other things in the next video. But again, we'll include a bunch of details, a bunch of links, and a bunch of helpful info in the accompanying post to this video. Thanks.